Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown and happy to bring you PTV News Now. And at the top heap of our news stories tonight, Senator Risa Hontiveros is stewing over the fact dismissed Bamban Tarlac mayor has quietly slipped out of the country, allegedly on July 19, without anyone in government having a clue of her whereabouts for an entire month. As such, and with over a month since her stealthy and sneaky exit, Hontiveros is urging the Foreign Affairs Department to officially cancel Guo's passport to limit her mobility internationally. Hontiveros maintains Alice Guo, aka Guo Huaping, has no right to use a Philippine passport after the discovery of her dual and identical identity as Guo Huaping. The Bureau of Immigration has confirmed Hontiveros' assertion yesterday of Guo having flown the coup on July 17 to Malaysia as per NBI reports, and intel gathered by immigration affirms Guo's whereabouts in Indonesia after a stopover and stay in Singapore. Despite Hontiveros' urgent call to deep six Guo's passport, a court of law has to pass judgment on Guo's illegally obtained citizenship before her current and valid passport can be cancelled by the DFA, as well as her records of identification and the PSA and the LTO, such as her birth certificate and driver's license. America's top diplomat Antony Blinken announced a breakthrough in negotiations for Biden's proposed ceasefire after Israel said it would approve its end of the deal. Now it is up to Hamas, who could end the war and suffering of Palestinians in Gaza or scuttle the deal for the ultimate breakdown in this long drawn-out saga. VOA's Veronica Valderas Iglesias has the full story.
Israel is on board with a proposal presented last week that bridges the remaining differences to reach a ceasefire in its war with Hamas. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made the announcement Monday after holding several meetings with top Israeli officials.
The next important step is for Hamas to say yes, and then in the coming days for all of the expert negotiators to get together to work on clear understandings on implementing the agreement.
Pressure is building on the government of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to secure the release of Israeli hostages taken by Hamas on October 7th. Blinken conveyed to him the importance of reaching a ceasefire agreement now.
With every passing day that there's not an agreement, two things can happen. One is, of course, more hostages can perish, and second, intervening events come along that may make things even more difficult, if not impossible.
Blinken said he brought up the urgency of addressing the humanitarian situation in Gaza when he met with Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Discussions also included the possible reemergence of polio in the Gaza Strip. Palestinian health officials reported a case last week in an unvaccinated child.
We've been working on a detailed plan to make sure that those who need to be vaccinated against it can get vaccinated, and we're working with the Israeli government on that.
Blinken expects to learn Hamas's stance on the bridging proposal when he meets Tuesday with mediators from Egypt and Qatar in the coastal town of El Alamein, Egypt. Veronica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News.
At this juncture, let's turn to my colleague in PTV's Pine City studios for what's hot in the Cordilleras right now. Audrey?
Ning Bagarabi, Pilipinas, kitkidawan di Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Cordillera ti aktibo apan nakitinulong dagiti barangay officials para iti pan nakadalus ti ilugarda iti illegal a droga. Manipod iti 1,178 a barangay iti Rehiyon Cordillera, nasurok 700 itan ti drug-cleared barangays, nasurok 300 ti drug-free barangay, ken 10 ti drug-unaffected barangay. Iti agdama, 18 barangays mo ti apektado pailang iti legal a droga. Pakairamana dahito iti 12 a barangay ije Abra, 5 ije Kalinga, ken maysa ije Apayaw. Ti opisina ti PDEA, papaertengan da dagiti kampanyada tapno inot-inot a madalusan dagiti barangay iti illegal a droga. Kini daw dati pan nakitinulong dagiti barangay officials iti monitoring tapno sana maapektaran manen dagiti nadalusanen a barangay.
Mahirap naman na yung mga barangay na may marijuana cultivation na hindi natin lahat talaga makuha, na may-clear natin. But we are trying our best na maklear din itong mga barangays ng mga drug personalities po sa kanilang kanya-kanyang barangays.
Iti sabali pa'y adamag ginmato iti 35% ti kaso ti panagtakaw iti Baguio City manipod Enero aging gana Hulyo itaatawen. Iti datos ti Baguio City Police Office nakailistada iti 112 akaso. Nangat-ngato iti 83 akaso idi napanatawan. Posible nga intundada ito iti panagado ti tattao ken panakaipatungpal dagiti nagdudumang aktibidad iti syudad. Kang runan na nailista dagiti kaso ti panagtakaw kadagiti commercial wenno business establishments, residential kadagiti kalkalsada, recreational parks, parking area, government office kanda dumapay. Isu ati pulisya, guy-guyugoyan dagiti nagduduma nga establishmento amang imontar iti CCTV cameras. Iti datos da 80 at may sa tinatiliwan as suspect gapo iti tulong ti CCTV cameras.
Continuous po yung engagement natin sa mga business establishment owners para talagang mas i-strengthen nila yung security measures nila sa kanilang establishments and also sa mga residents din po.
Dagiti damdamag manipod iti PTV Cordillera, siya ni Audrey Villena, na Ibag-Arabig.
Thank you, Audrey, and that's it for our news this evening. Always make it a habit to stay connected by catching the news right here. As always, a cooler and more relaxing night ahead. This is William Theo, and thank you for watching PTV News Now.
Maliban sa hirap na dulot ng mahal na presyo ng